Well, Rado, obviously a disappointing result against Adelaide that you're looking to bounce back from that. Before I get to the analysis, obviously facing a bit of an injury crisis going into that game. What's the state of the team heading into this weekend? Have you lost any more players? Are you getting any more players back? What's the go?
Yeah, we may get Floor back. We are just he completed training session today, so we're just waiting to see how he is tomorrow. And fingers crossed that he is not going to have too many. I mean, he trained with pain today, so hopefully he should be okay. Everyone else is okay. Everyone else, I mean, obviously from people that are long-term injuries, all other niggling should be okay. So we'll have final assessment tomorrow, and then we will announce the squad.
Were you just maybe slightly cursing under your breath that the young Socceroos got through the group so you don't get Raphael back a little earlier?
Look, I'm happy. I'm happy for young Socceroos, and happy for Rafa. Obviously happy for the coaching staff. I mean, it's great. I wish they can qualify for the World Cup, and Rafa can have a great experiencing World Cup, and James as well.
And well, now that you've had a chance to do some analysis from the Adelaide game and break down the footage, what do you think went wrong in that Adelaide game, and what lessons have you taken out from it?
Look, I mean, I think our start was excellent. We controlled the game. We created a lot of chances. We had the ball possession. I think it was like 70% in those first 12, 13, 14 minutes. And then, once we scored a goal, I think Adelaide took all the control, and then we lost patience. We tried to finish it off without really being patient and concentrating on how we can keep the ball for longer, starve them from the way they want to play. Because for some big parts of the game it was 5v5, so they left 5 up front. We had to leave 5 at the back, and then our 5 forwards played against their 5 at the back, and then it was just transition games. So it was like training session, just not something that we encourage, not something that we want to play. But it happened for maybe good 30, 40 minutes, and then last 30 minutes I think we took the control again, but it was just too big a gap to, we can't every game, especially against them, go 3-1 down and expect to equalize and get the draw out of the game. So it's a good learning curve for us. We are looking forward to play Brisbane, keeping in mind that we will probably play them in the finals again. So, they are one of the better teams in the final race. So, you probably end up playing against them either in the semis or in the grand final.
How do you go about implementing those lessons? How do you practice and reinforce how you go about controlling tempo and being able to slow games down and put your foot on the ball and not panic? How do you as a coach teach your squad to do that mid-season?
Look, it's not just mid-season. I mean, we've done that really well. From statistical point of view, we managed the games really well. There was like several games where we kept the ball 66, 68, 70% against Adelaide in Melbourne, and we created a number of chances, through that possession. We play mini game in wide area, and that is one of our main vehicles, how to get into opponent's penalty box. But then sometimes it just gets out of the hand, and people ignore the basic rules of those moments, and start forcing things, and they see something that it's there, and they rush, and then we turn the ball over, and now we have to defend. And when you play away, against a good team, then you may struggle to win the ball back for a certain amount of time because you rushed and you were not organized for rest defense. So everything is connected, all the bits and pieces are connected, and there is a very clear idea how we want to play and what is in place for each of those moments. And then if we rush with something, then the next part is not ready to be implemented, and that's why you get these transition moments, unfortunately. How do we improve? You just keep working, you keep working on the same thing that you've been working before. That was, you were successful with that, so you got set number of practices that improve players' behaviors, set number of rules that help to understand those behaviors, and obviously, when you're missing some of the key players, some other players need to step in and they need to apply themselves in the same, principles, same rules, same behaviors.
It feels a bit contradictory to us because statistically you are the second best defence in the league, but there have also been occasions this season where Adelaide have done it twice where you've conceded goals in bunches, multiple goals in a game. How do you go about tightening that up?
Look, if you analyse the game, it was just individual mistakes, and if you correct individual behaviors and individual focus in those moments, then suddenly you don't concede those 2 goals, and then after maybe 60 minutes we are still 1-0 up, and the game is completely different. The half-time talk is completely different for us and for the opposing coach. And they may want to change something because they are chasing the game, and you don't have to change anything because you're still winning. But at the end of the day, it's especially in the A-League, who controls the game better, they're going to end up winning it. And as I said, you control the game through all 4 major moments plus set pieces. And so for example, from our defending organization, we were very good. I think they only had like one good shot on the right hand side when goalkeeper made the save. Other than that, they really didn't create a lot of opportunities until that header from a second phase of the corner kick, and we just fell asleep, and they scored a goal, and then they scored a second one from something similar. We cleared the line, and then the ball went back inside, and there was Goodwin was unmarked, and you can't leave good players like that unmarked. So that's the second phase again, and I think from that point of view, we have learned. You hope that we have learned our lesson, and it's not that we don't train that. It's not that we don't practice. You practice that. Like every -1, -2, you do defensive set pieces, but it's just like for that one moment only, one player switches off. 9 out of 10 times that ball doesn't go to that player that is free. But in this game we had 2 moments where it went, and we conceded.
And Brisbane Roar, they don't create as many opportunities as Adelaide. I think statistically, actually, they've got the lowest or second lowest XG in the league this season. What do you need to do to get a result against them?
Look, same as against Adelaide, or same as against all other teams. We need to control the game, and if we control the game, and if we are playing the game the way we want to play, then they need to respond to that. And then obviously their game plan is in the second on the back burner because they need to play our game. We know that they are quite dangerous from fast transition moments. They got some very fast players in their team. They got a new coach. Obviously, we don't know exactly how he's gonna, respond now. He hasn't really changed a lot from the structural point of view. You can see they are changing a little bit on how they want to play. So obviously he's bringing some new stuff in their game. Will he change the formation? Will he change the structure? We'll just have to wait and see, and we have to respond to that once on the park. It's a little bit harder because you don't know, what's going to come. You can only prepare what you've seen in your last two games, and especially the last game I think was played in very hot condition. I think it's quite hot in Brisbane right now, so maybe not sure how intensive their trainings are at the moment. But it's something that we need to try to exploit. We need to play high intensive game, and we need to really put them under a lot of pressure from defensive point of view. And then when we got the ball, we have to keep the ball better in opponent's half and be more